In 1971, two young brothers were playing in the garden of their home in Hexham, Northumberland. Their names were Colin and Leslie Robson. They were doing what kids do, digging around, exploring, turning the garden into a little adventure. But then they found something strange. Two small stone heads buried in the ground. They were rough, ugly, and unsettling, not polished like museum pieces, not decorative like garden ornaments. One looked vaguely male, the other looked more witch-like. The boys took them inside, and that is when the story began to turn dark. According to the family, strange things started happening in the house soon after the heads were found. Objects were said to move by themselves. The heads seemed to change position when nobody had touched them. One of the boys claimed he woke up and saw something frightening in the room, a strange half-human, half-animal figure. The family became convinced the heads were not normal objects. They were cursed, or haunted, or somehow connected to something ancient. News of the discovery spread quickly, and soon the Hexham Heads became one of Britain's strangest paranormal stories. Experts looked at them. Some thought they might be ancient Celtic artifacts. Others believed they could be linked to ritual magic. The mystery deepened when the heads were taken away for study, because the strange events allegedly followed them. A woman named Dr. Anne Ross, an expert in Celtic history, reportedly became involved. She believed the heads might have been ancient and possibly connected to Celtic ritual. But after taking them into her possession, she claimed something terrifying happened. One night, she said she saw a creature in her home. A tall, dark, wolf-like figure. Not a normal animal, not a man, something in between. She believed it was connected to the heads. That detail turned the story from weird garden discovery into full-blown nightmare, because now the legend was no longer just about two strange stones. It was about something watching, something moving, something following. But then came the twist. Another man stepped forward and claimed the heads were not ancient at all. He said he had made them himself years earlier as toys or simple sculptures for his children. According to this version, they were made from ordinary materials and had somehow ended up buried in the garden. So was the mystery solved? Not completely. Because even after that explanation, people still argued. If the heads were modern, why did so many strange stories grow around them? Why did people claim to see figures? Why did the legend become so intense so quickly? And why did some who handled the heads seem genuinely disturbed by them? Skeptics say it was a classic case of imagination, media attention, and folklore building around ordinary objects. That is possible. A creepy-looking object is found, people start talking, every bump in the night suddenly feels connected. A normal house becomes a haunted house because everyone expects it to be one. But believers see it differently. They ask whether objects can carry something with them. A memory, a warning, a presence, something that does not care whether science can explain it. The Hexham Heads are powerful because they feel so ordinary at first. Not a castle, not a graveyard, not a ghost ship in the fog. Just two children digging in a garden and finding something that maybe should have stayed buried. Today, the truth remains disputed. Were the Hexham Heads ancient relics, modern carvings, a hoax, a misunderstanding, or something stranger? Nobody can say for certain, but the story still survives because it taps into a very old fear. The idea that the ground beneath our feet is not empty, that history is buried everywhere, and sometimes when you dig something up, you bring more than stone into your home.